Evening. Just counting, I've got everything. Need to make sure I'm ready. Are you ready though? That's the key question. Let's see if anybody joins. 3 people already. Good news. Okay, I've got enough strips. Hello, hi Lily. Hi Sophie. Hi Sean. Hi everybody. Thanks. Glad you like the shirt, Lisa. Hi Claire. Hello Amanda. Hi everybody. Hi Carol. Just let everybody get in, get settled, pull up a chair, grab a drink. You're not ready? That's fine, Kirsten, you don't have to be ready. Only I have to be ready. That's fine, Marie, you can sniff along as we go. That's perfectly fine. Sorry, I was just taking my watch off. Hi everybody. Okie doke. Hi Paula, hi Adele, hi Joe. Glad everybody's excited. I hope you've got your boxes. Very warm this evening. I've just realised how warm I am. Jeez. I was in a hoodie a few minutes ago and I thought, no, I can't stand here in a hoodie, I'll die. Hi Julie. Hi Rosanna. Hi Gavin. The Menace is in the building. Hi Maria. We've missed you, Carol. Welcome back. Hi Gemma. Hi everybody. Lots of hellos. Are you ready for the spice box? What have you thought about this box? Have you enjoyed this box? Have you not enjoyed this box? Have you even had a chance to smell this box? Hi Judy. So, we've got 8 very interesting, very diverse spice fragrances to get through. So I think I'm just gonna jump right in. Thanks Kirsten, glad you like the shirt. So this is the spice reveal. We're going to go through the spice box that hopefully you will have a chance to sniff even. We'll talk a bit about the spice fragrances, what makes them so spicy and how they're used. And I suppose this is a little bit different from other boxes we've done, because we've done kind of single note boxes, whereas actually this is really, spice is kind of a couple of different notes, really, isn't it? It's more of a generic, not really a genre, but anyway. We'll go through the 8 fragrances, talk through them, see what we think. There's no right or wrong. If you smell something a certain way, that's the way it smells. That's fine. So don't be afraid to say what you feel. Claire, I thought you'd love this one, but it was a bit disappointing. Oh, that's a shame. But then I guess sometimes they do, you know, we have different expectations, don't we, sometimes, and actually what we get. I think that happens as well. And, you know, I think there's probably one box like that for everybody. So, spice notes. Let's talk about spice notes. Well, spice notes are used quite extensively in perfumery, often as materials to contrast or amplify certain effects, and are sometimes, but not often, the very specific focus of the fragrance. So they're more kind of like the dusting on top, I see them as. And these notes vary, so we're talking about things like everyday things you'd find in your spice cupboard, such as cardamom, cloves, cinnamon, cumin, pepper, salt. 2 more unusual ingredients like timut pepper, it's something that's been used a lot, like zingy, sort of fruity pepper, things like saffron, things like ginger, which are kind of a little bit stranger to find in a perfume. And in isolation, many of these spices aren't things we would want to wear on their own, but when the magic of perfumery is used to bring out their very best, they come to life. And spice can be used in many different ways. So it can be used to amplify floral notes, because lots of floral notes, lots of florals, flowers in nature smell a bit spicy. If you think about carnations, they smell quite clovey. And that's because of eugenol, the naturally occurring material found within carnations and in roses. And they can also create warmth, they can give a fiery feel, provide an exotic touch to warmer, more amber-like scents. And it also can create a sense of freshness as well, which I think is the most surprising facet. So this is kind of our tour of 8 different interpretations of spice. It's like the Spice Girls, except we have 8 of them rather than 5. And I think you all probably know which one you'd say is Scary Spice. It's E, isn't it? It's E. Okay, shall we dive right in? Let's go for the first one. Fragrance A. Spritz. Oh no, I've dropped my tester strips. Straight out the gate. Dropping your tester strips is not the best of ideas, is it? Let's go for Fragrance A. Fragrance A was a celebrity. Who would it be? Get a good old spritz on the card. Christmas in a Scent, said Lily. Claire loved A. Paula says A is her favourite. Interesting. So we went for A because I think it's a really good example of a spice fragrance. I think it's kind of what you expect from a spice fragrance. It smells spicy. It's kind of warm, ambery, gourmand. It's a little bit like apple pie. But you've got lovely like pepper note up top that kind of feels like kind of crackly in your nose, and also a little bit mineral, a little bit fresh, but also warm and fiery. It's so, so good. It's very dry. I feel like it could be really, really sweet if you took all the spice notes out the top. And it's got some juiciness in there. There's some like kind of pimento berries and something giving it like a piquancy as well. A little bit tobacco-ish, yeah. It's comforting. Comforting is being said quite a bit. Mariah Carey and her Santa soup, love that. Ginger spice, obviously. The only one, says Claire. Interesting. It's an amber amplified by spice, and I think it shows how spice can be used as kind of the central theme of a fragrance without overwhelming. And it's very, very nice. Very nicely done. Do you think it is marketed for the men or for the women? Not that that matters, you can wear what you like, but I just wondered if you think it's a male fragrance or a feminine fragrance in the marketing sense. Jen says she did feel like she was creating a Spice Girls tribute brand. Warm, autumnal, cozy spice. That is everyone's favourite spice. Quite creamy. Yeah, there is a creaminess as it goes into the base. Absolutely. Okay. Do you want to know what it is? I do... I couldn't find the bottle for this one, so I have got a flanker of this one. So the one I'm going to show you is a slightly different colour than the normal bottle. So please do forgive me. But I still, again, have not fully unpacked my perfumes, even though I've moved 2 months ago. So anyway, so this fragrance A is Spicebomb by Viktor and Rolf. This is actually a flanker version that I've got here. This is not the version in your box. The version in your box is the original Spicebomb Eau de Toilette. Same bottle, it's a grenade, but it's just greyed out rather than red. It came out in 2012. It's by perfumer Olivier Polge, who is now the in-house perfumer at Chanel. And it's £50 and 15 pence for a 50ml eau de toilette, going up to £86 and 70 for a 150ml eau de toilette. Viktor and Rolf are known for their exciting bottles, and this, I guess, is the male counterpart to Flower Bomb. So there you go. Spicebomb. It's marketed as a male fragrance, but as you know, I think it's quite unisex. Your hubby stole it off you. Love that. So that is Spicebomb. It's not Spicebomb Infrared, that's just the only Spicebomb bottle I could find. It is normal Spicebomb. I have all of the other bottles. Just could not find that. I have a little teeny tiny Spicebomb that I've kept for reference, because I don't really wear it very often. And I just don't know where it is. I try, but I don't know where it is. I bet it does smell different in hot weather, Jen. I think the spices will come out, and you get more of that than the gourmand stuff, I would say. Is infrared nice? I quite like infrared. It's a bit more like juicy peppery, I find. It's the nicest of the flankers, I think. I didn't like the night vision one. Right, let's go for fragrance B. Now fragrance B is a total wild card, I'll be honest with you. If it was a holiday destination, where would it be? So it could be a spritz. Not too much of a spritz though, because it's quite potent. See, this one I find interesting. We picked this because it has a sort of like a lovely, sort of like almost like peppery, but like fresh peppery spice up top. It's kind of like a little bit junipery. It's like spice, but in an unusual way. It's a very, very unusual one. And then you've got all this surrounded by all this smoke and vanilla, and there's like powder and woods. and it feels kind of very plush. And there's a lot going on, but you've got this like kind of current of sort of spicy freshness all the way through. Jen says antique furniture spice, fantastic, love that, obsessed with that. I'm really looking forward to all 8 of your Spice Girls just about. Gavin says he just gets Interlude. Being in an Eastern Spice shop, something clashed with Lorraine. Kirsten says it's the new. Is there what is in YSL new? Is there a new? Is there a new one? Have they brought it back out again? Are you not all Gautier to the power of 2 me again this month? When I found out one of my favourite fragrances has been relaunched. And yes, I have ordered a bottle. I'm going to do that again for me with new. Sorry. Dior, crispy, wintry, dusty spice, dry smoke, creosote. So love that creosote reference. Totally get that, Julie. It is freshly painted fence, isn't it? It's a bit too much, Claire. I find that if you wear this in a really small amount, I mean like if you maybe just one spray on the chest or something, it could be a little bit easier. Oh, okay, Kirsten, I know what you mean. When they did that like heritage collection. Yeah, I think they discontinued it again, didn't they? I don't know. Don't know what YSL are doing. Sweet Starbucks drink. Yeah, there's a bit of a pumpkin spice kind of latte vibe going on. The reason why this is a wild card is we've already had this last month. Yes, in our vanilla box. We had this. Well, we didn't have this. We had the original. This is Amouage Interlude Black Iris. Last month we did Amouage Interlude. So we thought this was a bit of a wild card to throw in the box with a bit of a spice vibe to see if we could throw your noses off a little bit. So this one is by Perfumer Pierre Negrin and it came out in 2020. It is £275 for 100ml eau de parfum. And I think this is a little bit softer, a little bit more powdery, a little bit more spicy peppery than the original Interlude, which is all smoke and tar and vanilla. Lovely, lovely fragrance. This is the tester cap. It has the proper Amouage cap. But just got to test one. It's interesting, Lorraine, that you liked Interlude but didn't like this one. It's interesting about flankers, isn't it? Sometimes if they change something, it kind of you can lose the magic in it, can't you? Right. Fragrance C. I love Fragrance C. Seeing as I'm very warm and a bit sweaty, I think C will be a good one to try. I made the mistake of having my COVID jab in this arm and my flu jab in this arm at the same time. So I have felt absolutely garbage for the last couple of days and I've been very, very hot and uncomfortable and sweaty, so I apologise if I look a bit cloudy. I just think this is a masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. If this was a dessert, what dessert would it be? And well done, Gavin. Gavin the menace. He may be a menace, but he knows his stuff. This stuff is good. This is Shitra Spice. Jen, if I could give you boxes, which I can't do anymore because I don't have boxes to give, I would give you all the boxes. You are actually hitting it out of the park. Whatever. We never did get our Shitras merch, did we? We never did. Oh well. Cumin, says Joe. Cumin, you're right. I would say 2 things in this, cumin and cardamom. And we picked this fragrance because it shows how spices can be fresh. And it's so fascinating to think, when we think of spice, we normally think of warmth, we think of, pumpkin spice lattes, we think of Christmas puddings, we think of, curries and foods like that. It's all mostly food in my mind, but we do think of, like carnations and spicy things like that. What we don't normally think of is the freshness, and this is what is so great about this fragrance and what made it so unique when it came out was that it was freshness of spices. And it's this kind of contrast of lovely, clean, aquatic freshness and dirtiness. Like, you've just been for a swim, but you've still got a little bit of BO, but we're kind of into it. It's kind of hot. You know what I mean? And delicious, says Judy. Mission money. Glad you appreciate the sentiment. Autumn spice cake, lemon meringue. Ooh, lovely. So yes, we picked this because of that reason. It is a masterpiece, absolute masterpiece fragrance. Came out in 1998. Yeah, 1998. That's right. So quite a few years ago now. 24 years ago. Jeez. Still going strong though, this one. So this is a fresh aquatic spice fragrance. And do you want to tell what it is? And I think I probably should say this in a French accent, so I apologise, because we all know what my French accent is like. Because I just want to say Déclaration, but I'm sure it's Déclaration by Cartier. It came out in 1998, as I said, by Jean-Claude Ellena. It's kind of almost, I suppose, like a cologne in a way. It's like a modern take on it. Very fresh, but also you've got the wonderful sort of aquatic feel of cardamom, and then the dirty sweatiness of cumin in there. And there's also things like freshness of ginger and the cinnamon, and it's very woody as it goes down to the base. It's sort of leather, cedar wood, vetiver. It's just a masterpiece. It's great stuff. £60, 30p for a 50ml, and £85.50 for a 100ml, and it's an eau de toilette. So good. And you guessed it, Kirsten. Well done. You know your stuff also. So there you go, Déclaration by Cartier. They also do a really good Déclaration Parfum, which I think we might have done in one of the boxes before, which is really good. That's a relatively recent one. Flank to that, which is a little bit more sweaty, a little bit more woody, less fresh. Okay, I feel like I just Dylan turquoise then. Did I not? Did any of you see that? Right, Fragrance D. Fragrance D. Oh, there we go. Running out strips here. I'm glad I made you buy the Parfum. Making people buy perfume is like my thing. I'm really good at that. I'm chief perfume enabler. Okay, this one I think is again another sort of switching up a little bit, versatility of spices, etc. So Fragrance D, if it was a superhero, who would it be? Oh, it's nice to have this actually. The cleanliness of this washes away the sweat of Déclaration. We picked this because it's a ginger fragrance and we wanted to show a different spice, so we went for ginger. And it's a beautifully zesty ginger scent. Very fresh. And the thing about ginger is, the problem with it is, now, let me talk to you about ginger. I think people are very split about ginger in cosmetics, because I think if you smell it, sometimes it's a bit like dish soap. And people don't want to smell like dish soap. I love ginger. I'm very upset. Pepsi used to do a Pepsi Max with ginger. I love ginger beer. Give me the old Jamaica extra fiery ginger beer, please. And the Pepsi Max with ginger was amazing, exactly because it tasted like dish soap. So this one, I think, it achieves the smell of ginger without being too literal, so you don't get that kind of like dish soap vibe. It's a little bit floral, a little bit juicy, a little bit fresh. Got some of these sort of fruitiness in there. It's like sort of pulpy pomegranates and some flowers, some orange blossom, some white musk. And the idea behind it is they've actually tried to get the smell of fresh ginger, ginger flower, and also crystallized ginger. So they've gone kind of every different facet of ginger. So it's a different kind of spice, I would say. Fizzy Clean Bandit, is that superhero? Yes, Gavin, it is. It is now. Lots of people like this one, but didn't last. Yeah, this won't last really, because it's actually not really, it's more of a, they call it a fragrant Wellbeing water. It's more of a splash on, like a cologne. Definitely the floral soapiness, it didn't last. Kirsten knows what it is. Let's see if you're correct. So this is Fragrance D. Gingembre Rouge by Roger and Gallet. By perfumer Alberto Morillas, who does all the Gucci fragrances, and Amandine Marie, came out in 2014, to £16.55 for a 30ml, which is this size, or £29.50 for a 100ml. I mean, that's a great price. Lovely summer pick-me-up. This is what I like about it. Just a great thing that you can wear in summer and just zhuzh up, spice up your life, as a very famous poet once said. Right, take a quick break to have a sip. I really like the Roger and Gallet stuff, and you're right, Kirsten, they have got great prices. They're very affordable, but good quality. They do a pretty good fig. I think it's Fleur de Figuier, I think it is. And I like the Rose Mignon as well. But they're really good fragrances. I think they probably do a shower gel, yeah. They do some great shower gels. It's a great brand. It's a very good brand. Right, let's do E. Are you ready for E? I'm calling this one a sexy spice. I don't care what any of you say. And we picked this because it shows how spice can be both dirty and clean, but also very, very masculine. Mm. Mm. If this was a song, what kind of song would it be? I know how you feel about E, but I'm going to tell you, E is a genius. It is just so sexy. How many of you tried it on skin? Grandad's shaving soap spice. Brilliant. Imperial leather spice. I'm loving all of your Spice Girls. Sexy hospital cleaner. I'm with you, Karen. Boys, Boys, Boys is the song. As in Lady Gaga's Boys, Boys, Boys. As if I need to ask. Karma Comedian. Gemma tried it on skin. What did you think, Gemma? This one needs skin. What it needs is a very handsome Italian man with a hairy chest, and you spray it on him, then you kind of get the vibe. Very masculine dad vibes. It's very Tom Selleck, and I'm kind of into it. I don't have daddy issues, I promise. Ah, Jen says she liked it because it smelled like her granddad after he shaved. Oh, that Boys, Boys, Boys. But also the Lady Gaga song, Boys, Boys, Boys. I think that fits as well. Too manly. Wanted it to be stronger. Julie, jeez. Do you want to wipe out the entire planet? Sounds like the uncle your parents won't leave you alone when you're a child. Oh God. Oh God. Claire. Okay, this fragrance. Let's talk a little bit about it. So what I like about this fragrance is you've got a lot of very butch spices in there. So it's that kind of clove, I think there's a bit of cumin in there, a bit of pepper, some herbs, coriander, and then you've got leather and vanilla and oak moss, and it's just very, very clean. So I feel like it is somebody who's like, it's a very, very, I almost picture it as a very, very clean sort of bathroom. It's all white tiled. But there's just a hint of funk there. And it is very much a very sculpted body with a load of hair on it. It's very sexy that way. I love it. I don't wear it that much because I think it is a little bit dated. I think you'd have to be the right type of person to wear it, I think. But it is a goodie. Does anyone know what it is? I'd be really surprised if anyone has any guesses. It does, because it really depends on skin chemistry. And also, again, I think it's one that you do have to go a little bit lighter with. But it really does also, and you'll probably all think I'm weird, work really well in hot weather. It needs a bit of sweat to get it going. Does anyone know what it is? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see if anyone has any guesses. Gavin says, I'm ancient, but it's a bit old bloke for me. You're not ancient, Gavin. You'll always be young to me. Okay. It is Kouros by YSL. Inspired by Greek gods and Greek architecture. It came out in 1981 by perfumer Pierre Bourdin. It's kind of that very masculine 1980s fragrances that were a little bit queer. So things like Antaeus by Chanel, which was really big in gay clubs in the 80s. I was too young for all of that. I was only born in 1987, so I wasn't going. But became really adopted by gay people in the 80s. It's kind of that hyper masculinity of it. And also a bit hypersexualized because it's very butch, very sweaty. And all the adverts for this were naked men, all sweaty, perfect toned physiques, very Yves Saint Laurent. Shock, you know, shock and awe. Oh, those wasted nights in my youth in dark bars, stinking of course. Gavin, they do not sound like wasted nights. They sound like really fun nights. Who, hands up if you, give us a thumbs up or a wave if you would have liked to have partied with Gavin on nights out in dark bars. All of you stinking of course. I think everybody would be. Antaeus is great. I'd probably pick Kouros over Antaeus, I think. There's like once a year where I spray one spray of this on the chest and I feel like a god. So this one, sorry, it's £46.75 for a 50ml EDT and £69.70 for a 100ml EDT. Yeah, Egoist changed quite a bit, I think. Joyce was there. Still word. We'll buy this for my boss I hate. I buy this for the boss I hate. It's tamer these days. I like Silver One. My first fiance wore this. Nice. Lisa got this for her dad a few years ago. Gemma says it's as old as her. So still very young, Gemma. Body Kouros is also really good. That's a flank. I don't know if they still do that. But it's, yeah. Brilliant, brilliant fragrance. Okay, let's do F. If F was a film, what film would it be? Yes, the Egoist advert was brilliant. Was that not Jean-Paul Goude? Who did that advert? Jean-Paul Goude, who shot this wonderful image of Grace Jones that's behind me. Right. Oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff. I always forget how much I love this. Claire says, turns out it smells good on a menopausal woman's skin chem. Fantastic, Claire. I love that you rock this one. Do it. So yes, what film would this be if it was a film? Fragrance F. I'm calling this the floral spice, and we picked it because it showcases how spice notes can amplify floral notes and make them more full and realistic. So this fragrance is actually an orange blossom, but I mean, it's half orange blossom, half tuberose in my mind. It's very tuberose, but it has this wonderful sprinkling of cumin on top, which just makes it feel real. Like it's like you've gone into a Moroccan market and you're picking up sort of freshly picked flowers right next to a lovely giant mound of cumin. It's just so exotic and transportive. I think it's such a beautiful fragrance. Floral, lush sound of music. You lost me at tuberose. Sorry, Gavin. I knew this one wouldn't be for you. Your mother-in-law said this one smelled of furniture polish. Chocolat, I love that movie and book. Lorraine says F made her very grumpy. Did you just not like it? Was it that bad? Spice Girl F was a direct follow-up to E. Was Grandma's Bath Cube Spice. What was E again? What was E Spice? Did I read that one out? I feel like I did. I'm going back. Sorry if I missed your comments, guys. There's lots coming up through. Keep them coming, but I just obviously try and read much more. I don't know if I missed your E-Spice, Jen. Little tamer these days, yeah. It's got a lovely honey note. It's like indolic, flowers, honey, cumin, tuberose, orange blossom. It's just... Claire, I think you have to try it on skin. I think, again, some of these spices I feel really need skin. But they come alive on skin. They need the space of the air to be in. I think they sometimes get lost on card a little bit. Oh, Grandad Saving Spoke Choke Spice. Yes, I did see that one. Gavin, you're not allowed to revolt against white florals. I'm sorry. They are putting it through a protest bill. That means that you're not allowed to. Sorry, Gavin. I don't make the rules. This fragrance F is from Serge Lutens. It is Fleurs d'Orange. This is a limited edition bottle. I think that this may still be on the website. I don't know. It's a limited edition bottle. This is like a Moroccan tile. This is absolutely gorgeous fragrance. Came out in 1995. It is £104.40 for a 50ml and £155.70 for a 100ml eau de parfum. So there you go. I'm going to say it. People love Serge and his warm amber fragrances because we don't use the O word. Things like Chegui, all the others that just don't, just off the top of my head I can't remember. I love the florals. Give me Iris Silver Mist, give me Fleur d'Orange, give me Tuberose Criminal, give me Saracens, give me Fille de Berlin, that glorious rose, which I do need to get a bottle of the Fille de Berlin actually. I'll have to do that. We're going to do that Saturday. The florals I just think are amazing. So there you go. So, Skanky McSkank face. Amazing. We are at where I work, we have a robot that we've had a competition to name the robot. And I think the only thing that we're allowed to, the only parameter on the robot is that you cannot call it Robot McBotty Face or something silly like that, which I think is a shame. Fragrance G. If Fragrance G was an outfit, what outfit would it be? It's hard for me to be impartial about fragrance, G, I'll be honest with you, because my dad wore it. I think it's probably my first fragrance that my dad wore that I knew of. So it's very transportive for me, because it's just the smell of my dad. He wore this, and he also wore, I think it was Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. Even though it smells like pledge, I really do enjoy this one. Something with shoulder pads. Yes, it would definitely have shoulder pads. This I just think is really complex, because you've got, you know, we picked it because it's just a classic masculine spice scent, but it's got so much going on. There's citrus, there's grapefruit, tangerine, it's very sharp, very juicy, and then it's got lovely like herbs in there and lavender to give it that kind of fougere vibe. It's a bit nutty, a bit spicy. There's sort of warm cinnamon, I think, is mostly the spice that's here. And also carnation as well, so it's got cloviness. A bit piney. There's very sandalwoody, sort of warm, nutty, woody in the base. A little bit sort of resinous vanilla amber. Hannah says, don't love it, but it's objectively really beautiful. Yes, it is. Don't worry, Jen, hit me with it. Generic supermarket men's shower gel spice. These are getting longer names. These are not going to fit well on the back of an album, can I just say. Super elegant, overblown plants, wet spice, can smell cinnamon, sounds like a male fragrance. Yeah, my dad in the late 80s, early 90s would have only worn male fragrances. My dad's very classic in his tastes. One of his favourites is Vetiver by Guerlain. I bought him a bottle of that once and he loves that. I bought him Abbot Rouge, he didn't really like that. He's had some sort of the like Blenheim Bouquet style ones from Penhaligon's. He likes Rituals actually quite a lot. He finds himself going in there buying stuff from them. This fragrance I enjoy because my dad used to wear it, he doesn't wear it now, but there is a feminine version of this that came first that I wear all the time and we have put in the boxes. Little clues for you. Do you ever find that this is very warm, resinous vanilla amber with thyme, but with this lovely fresh greenery in it? And I love that contrast. Hannah says she felt the same way, that after a while, didn't like them at first, but they were beautiful after a while. I think that's because they're quite complex. I think you need to sit with them for a little while. My dad has Old Spice and Brut days. Eau Sauvage vibes, coriander, lavender. Yeah, totally. Claire says it's bloody opium. That's a really good guess. Really good guess. It's not. I'm just gonna grab the feminine version because I can see it. Put that there, because I love that as well. Right, what is it? I've got the tiniest bottle of this, which is really, really adorable. The fragrance is Obsession for Men by Calvin Klein. This was by perfumer Bob Slattery, which isn't a very perfumery name, is it, Bob? Oh, hello. You come to say hello to everybody. Oh, come say hi, Pugsley. He's just been for a walk. Pugsley, what was the Halloween costume we've got you this year that you tried on today but you were very grumpy about? Was it a pumpkin? Was it a pumpkin? He's going to be a pugkin. Get it? Pumpkin. This year. Sorry, completely distracted by very cute pug. Off you go. Yes, so this is £28.90 for a 30ml EDT, and I think this must be the 30ml. It's teensy tiny. And £51 for 125ml. Classic fragrance. And of course the one that I love to wear is Obsession, the original for women. So good, so good. Can you see him in his costume? Yes. Nigel? Yeah? Could you put Pugsley in his costume? People would like to see. I'll take that as a yes. Pugsley's running away in fear. So yes, Obsession. Who guessed it? Who guessed it? Rosanna guessed it. Well done. So beautiful, beautiful masculine fragrance. Lovely, classic. It has got that sort of soapy, aftershavey vibe. Patting the cheeks. Right, let's go to last one. Fragrance H. Last tester strip. So I think we've bookended this box. So the first one is a really famous, it's just allspice fragrance, really popular, not too old, which was Spicebomb. And this one is a new launch that is just all about spices, and I thought it was a good one to end with. So, if it was a colour, what colour would it be? And we picked this one because it's super spicy, warm and fresh, but also it launched this year, and it's a good way to show how spice fragrances are now for a brand new launch one. I really like this because you get a lot of fiery spices, you get lots of pepper, it's very mineral up top, cardamom, a little bit of, I think like something like Timot pepper, like a little bit juicy, fruity in there. And then it goes very resinous, almost like sticky. There's like hints of dates, sandalwood, amber, but it's so transparent. It's lovely. Gemma says she's got 2 compliments in this one. Burnt orange, hot orange colour, almost like a terracotta, I guess. Clovey goodness, bloody lovely spice. Now, what do we get for this one? Jen, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting to find out what our designation is. And also there's a transparency and a lightness to it, which I think is really nice. It doesn't go too gourmand, which was my worry when I first sniffed this fragrance. But I thought it was going to be really, really sticky, sweet. But you just get, it's like kind of like a drizzle, a glaze of sweetness in there, which I think is the right balance. Really, really lovely. I was really sort of impressed with this one. Did anyone else smell pumpkin? Good question, Lily. I can just hear Nigel wrestling with the dog to put his pumpkin costume on. So it says, I'm confused spice. Ah, completely different on my skin compared to the card. Yeah, absolutely, it will do. Totally different. You got Play-Doh. I'm here for a Play-Doh now. There was a Play-Doh fragrance once. I think it was one of those fragrance library ones. It smelled too real. A&H are my favourite as well. Interesting, the bookends. Not for Carol.
Thomas.
Pansy! Yeah. Oh my god, every time. It's just so funny, guys. It is just so funny. And he's livid. He's absolutely mad. He is so mad that this is his life. He's sitting here thinking, every damn year they do this to me. Every damn year. Look at him. He's just slow blinking in complete rage. There you go. You can smell pumpkin because there is a pumpkin. You're right, buddy. Do you want to go take it off? It's even fun. Honestly, if I could show you him walking in it, it's even funnier. It's just absolutely hilarious. Gemma, he's absolutely fuming. Absolutely fuming. He's mad. He's so mad. Is the best costume. Last year he was he was Sully from Monsters Inc. And then the year before that he was a dragon. He's absolutely living. The hat is hilarious. Putting the hat on him the first time was hilarious because he kept trying to eat it as I was putting it on, which was really, really funny. That costume was £8 from Pets at Home, and it was worth, I would have paid, honestly, thousands of pounds for that, for the amount of entertainment I've got from that. Anyway, that's completely irrelevant. What we're here to know is what this wonderful fragrance is. I would say, actually, this has been my favourite from the box, I think. Fleur d'Orange will always be my classic love. I love this one so much. But I think this is the one that I've already put it upstairs in my little autumn wardrobe, and I will be wearing it. Okay. Your collie gets dressed up Halloween and Christmas for Parrot. Oh, amazing. Pictures in the group, please, Carol. We'd love to see those. So this last one is from GUERLAIN, and it is Épices Exquises, and I'm going to hold that up to you because terrible pronunciation, as you know. So exquisite spices. It's from their Absolute Dorian collection. It came out this year, 2022, by Thierry Vasseur, and it's £129, 20 pence for 100ml eau de parfum. It's lovely, sort of transparent, basically amber bottle. Lovely, gorgeous, beautiful, stunning. Ooh, stunning, lovely. There we go, that's fragrance H. There we go. The dog can't walk in clothes. They render him completely immobile. Oh dear. Gavin, you've got this one and you didn't spot it. Amazing. I really like this one. It's probably, this is a really nice collection. I liked the musk, which is a nice rose. The oud is very nice. I think the incense also I really liked. The leather, but I don't know if they do the leather anymore, was a really funky leather. And the spice I think is lovely. It's one of my favourites from them. A and B with C as a runner-up. Fantastic. Yes, it's a piece, which is spice. There you go. Which is like spice, but all the letters are in the wrong way. And then Exquises, or Exquis. I think it'd be Exquis. My French is terrible. I was going to learn French at one point, but I don't have time. So we are doing oud next. Oud is our next box. I think we've got 3 boxes left. Oud, musk, and lavender. And then that will be it from me for Essential. The lavender box is my last act as the Essential fragrance expert before I retire from the fragrant world entirely. So I will sadly look forward to that last box and hope you'll all join me. But we've got 3 more boxes to go, so I'm really excited about doing those. So oud is next month, which I think will be a real, if you don't like oud, I'd recommend you try it because I think there'll be some surprises in there. I think it'll be an interesting box. And then we've got musk, which again I think will be really interesting because I think musk is one that people find a little bit difficult to pin down. And then lavender. And I'm happy to be finishing on lavender because I absolutely love lavender. I'm so glad you love them, Claire. I know, but I'm going to still stay in the group, guys. I'm not going to leave. I'll stay in the group so that you can still see me. But I don't know what Essential's plans are for Essential Scents going forward. I'm sure they'll confirm what's happening. But unfortunately, I will be moving away from it. But it has been a really fun 2 years. Really fun doing this. And I think we started in lockdown. And I think for those of us that were here last year doing it, it was kind of really, really helpful. I think for all of us and our mental health going forward. So, will the boxes carry on with us up? I don't know. We'll get Essential to sort of cover that. But yeah, I didn't want to tell you all guys like earlier, and I didn't want to wait till the last time. So I thought 3 to go is probably a good time to tell you. But I have, as I'm sure some of you know, stopped a lot of my perfume stuff in the background. Just because I wanted to focus on other things, but I still love it and enjoy it, and I love Essential. I've worked with Essential nearly 10 years, you know, and they have been so supportive, so wonderful. I can't recommend them enough, and I'll always be grateful for every opportunity they've given me, and also just for being such a wonderful retailer and a lovely bunch of people. And we've had some great times on these lives. It's been wonderful meeting you all, albeit virtually. It was a real uplift and up down, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm just reading your nice comments now. It's been amazing, best part of the month, totally. It was just, yeah, and it was my social life too, Claire. It was all we could do at one point. I'm glad you enjoyed it. No way to go. I'm sorry guys. But we'll do oud next month, then we've got musk, then we've got lavender. We've still got a few more to go. Thank you for another great box and chat. Sadly, we won't be doing many more. We'll miss you. I'll miss you too. It's been a little slice of happy for me, especially in lockdown. I've loved every minute. Well, I've loved every minute, and I've got to meet people like you, Lisa, and it's been lovely getting to know you all. It was great during lockdown. We had a great fun. We did. Thank you, Lorraine. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys now because I'll get emotional if I start reading all your comments, and I'm not going to do that on live television. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you next month. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.